Yeah, absolutely. Great to also get BMW, the new S1000RR, their first podium in British Superbike. So that's a good thing for us. And Smith's Racing BMW's been fantastic all weekend. Teams worked really well. We had a good setting early doors. And I was a little bit disappointed with race one. You know, I felt like I had the pace to be on the podium. I was in the pack the whole time. And just at the end of lap 16 to 17, someone come round. I'm not even sure who it was, but someone tried to run round the outside of me at the chicane, then the inside for the left, and it pushed me straight onto the curb, so I lost all the drive. And then I was a second back on these boys. You know, the front four all just pulled away. So it took me the next 2 laps to actually gain that back again. I actually had the pace to get back to them, but by which point was the last lap, so it was all too late. Especially for us, you know, our bike's not the fastest bike at the minute. It's still standard as all the BMWs here in the paddock are at the minute. So we're lacking a little bit of horsepower, and here up the back straight we just kind of get annihilated a little bit, especially as I'm not a little lightweight jockey like most of them. So it makes the racing difficult for us. It makes passing really difficult, but the bike's actually working really, really well. So I had to get my elbows out. Obviously, me and Andy were bashing elbows and fairings a little bit in that race, but all good fun. And yeah, we'll just see what happens at Cadwell now.
Andrew, it's been, I guess, a dream weekend for you. Your strongest in your career in Bennetts BSB. How do you reflect on the day? And also talk us through some of the moves with Pete, because you two had an incredible battle in that last restart.
Yeah, it's as close to perfect day as you get. I just 1-1 would have been perfect, but no, first and second, I never thought I'd be disappointed with second in a BSB race, but it's been a phenomenal day. I can't thank everybody enough. And you know, this weekend we did our homework. We didn't just go do a lap and come in. I did runs, and to be honest, I thought Peter was the guy to beat with the runs before I did mine this morning. I actually did it with an old tire, and I was in 15s the whole time, and apart from I think the last lap, and that kind of gave me a little bit of confidence. And you need something just to make yourself believe sometimes, and that's what it gave me, was just that little something. So it was really good. The second race, I think it was the first lap around the left. You know, Peter kind of hit my left arm. I thought, oh, this is the way this one's going to go. And then I got back ahead, and then I think it was right at the end of the complex. You know, I seen him, and I just give him the space, and then I had the drive along the straight then, and there was a little bit of contact, but when you're carrying the momentum, you aren't a racer when you slack off in that one, I don't think. And I know Peter would do the same as well. So it was that, and yeah, the last lap and then the run to the flag. To be fair, our bike is really fast here, and we got a good run to the line just to pip him. I'm sure it was pretty close, but it was a really good race.
Josh, congratulations, race winner in race 2 here at Thruxton. And off the line and away from the pack after 2 restarts, how do you deal with those situations? Because you start, then we had a red flag, start again. How do you sort of approach that kind of situation?
Yeah, I mean, it's a challenging situation. Obviously, I feel like I've earned that win with so many stoppages, but all weekend I've been sort of trying to ride like on the side of caution to make the tyre last a distance, and it's always a bit of a challenge to work out how quick to go and when to go. And when it got dropped down from 20 laps down to 13, I was kind of like, well, that kind of takes the conservation sort of attitude away, and you can just sort of ride a bit more like normal. And so I got to the front and had to fight for it, and tried to ride fast. I saw Andrew was riding real well and right with me, and then it got red flagged again. And then, so when it got dropped to 8, I knew there was no reason to even think about the tyre. It was just ride as hard as you can every corner, and it's kind of how I wanted to ride all weekend, but had to hold back the whole time. But yeah, I'm just really pleased to get a win. It's no matter how you win a race, it's always the best way is if you win. So I'm really pleased.
And we head to Cadwell Park next. A completely different circuit from here at Thruxton. How do you look ahead to that round now that we're getting closer to the showdown?
Yeah, I think people always assume that I love Cadwell because of the jump and things associated, but it's always been a challenging circuit. It's one of the most physical on the calendar, so that's that's tiring, and it's very challenging to get the right setup with the bike, I feel, because the track's in kind of 2 halves. There's a tight twisty section just after the jump that the bike kind of is always a compromise to get it to work well. And then you've got the back half of the track at the end of the back straight, which is really fast and flowing. So it's a difficult track to get a setup on. I'm really hoping the bike works well there, and I'm looking forward to the race, but I've got to expect some challenges as well.